Last time on the Outlaw Texan.
Oh, this fucking backpack keeps stabbing me in the back.
Where did I take a number 2, you might ask? What do you think? We decided to park at the park. I like shade. Okay, well, we just got done here in Roswell. There were no aliens. I don't remember exactly how the story goes. Like, what is it? That's, John Connor came here to, defeat the aliens by creating the Terminator, but the aliens won because of the X-Files that were leaked. I didn't have to stop here. I was able to stop in a little town. I was able to stop at a little market in Dexter instead, which is really cool because, you know, like, there's a crackhead right there, and I would have had to go to, like, Albertsons to get some food and leave my backpack and all my shit, like, on my bike. Unless I want to try to take it with me. I'm not trying to take all this stuff in the store with me just to go buy some apples.
Where are you taking me, Google lady? Where are you taking me? This is not the way I went last time. I guess this is fine too. I mean, it did take a while to get outside of even the rural parts of Roswell. So, okay. Are those pecans? Pecan trees? I do not have a good range today. Well, okay. My butt. My butt does not have a good range today. After yesterday, it is sore, and I get like maybe 20 miles down the road before I'm just like, I really, really want to get off of this thing. But that's okay. I've done this trip before. I've done these roads before. Well, not this road, but I've done what's coming up. I've done all this before. I know how long it takes when you don't fuck up, because I know how long it takes when you do fuck up. And it takes all day. New Mexico 246 West. Here we are. So, over there is the Captain Mountains. We're gonna stop right up here. I wanna stretch my legs and rest my butt. Then when I come back, we're actually going to do this highway. It gets better, okay? Trust me, it gets better than this. You have to get closer to the mountains so we start getting elevation change. But it's going to happen real soon. Okay, we're at the good roads. Let's take this opportunity to tell a little story about the last time I was here. It almost burned up of from heat stroke. Haha. So last year, that trip, like I said, I did it blind, broke, and just completely dumb. No clue, no idea, which was fun. It made it exciting, but it was also like, you know, where am I going to sleep tonight? That's not a fun question to have to ask, and I had to ask it a lot. I've found ways around that since then. There's really good apps that help you find cheap or free camping. Anyways, no plan, no nothing. And I got to this area and I saw that it's like I could take the highway or I could take this way, which adds like another 20 miles or something, but it looks like it has a bunch of twists and turns, so, you know, that seems good. And then I get out here and, you know, the whole time on the horizon I just see mountain. There's a mountain. There's a mountain. And it keeps looking like we're headed towards that thing. We are headed towards that mountain. That's awesome. All right. I definitely picked the right way to go. Well, it was starting to get late in the day because that's another thing I did wrong last year, was I didn't leave early enough every morning. And so it was like 1 o'clock by the time that I got to the mountain. I think it was actually later than that. I think it was like maybe 2 or 3 o'clock even. Because, yeah, by the time that I left, the sun was going down. So I think it was even later than that. Yeah, last year I left around noon. And, yeah, it didn't work. It didn't work out too well for me. I didn't end up past Carrizozo until like 10:30, like the night before, and it was because I got stuck up here. I've got some time today, and I thought, you know, I'm just gonna drive past it, and we're gonna keep going. But I think I'm actually gonna take you over to where I got stuck. Well, let's talk about how that happened. So we're like at the mountain by this time, and I find a turnoff. It's like a dirt road. I'm like, okay, maybe that goes up the mountain. Let's go up the mountain. I'll find a place to camp. Because I needed to find a place to sleep. That would have been a good place to camp. People use it before. I think like the Boy Scouts go out there or something, because it's definitely a campsite, a campground. There's like a fire pit and logs all around it and stuff, but it's not like a set up campsite. There's not water, there's not a toilet, there's not anything like that. It's just a place in the woods. Go camping. I got there and I'm like, well, this is cool, but I feel like for some reason I felt like, you know, maybe I shouldn't be there, or I'd get in trouble if I was camping there. So maybe I should go further up into the woods, and that way where people can't see me, just in case somebody does come in. Like, what if a whole troop comes in to camp and like 30-year-old dude on a bike sitting there? You know, it's gonna be weird. I guess it would still be pretty weird if I was like further up in the woods and they happened upon me. It'd be a bit more surprising. So, you know, but I wasn't really thinking clearly about that. I should have just set up camp, you know, but woulda, coulda, shoulda doesn't happen until afterwards. So I see a wash. And I don't know if I explained that earlier, if I used that footage, but a wash is basically just a dried up riverbed. It's a riverbed that's usually doesn't have water in it. So I started trying to ride my bike up that with big round river stones. Did you ever try to ride your motorcycle around like football sized river stones? Doesn't work that well. What's worse is I didn't have these tires on it. They were just street tires, and I didn't unload the bike. And like I said in one of my previous videos, I had two 30mm ammo cans as saddlebags on this thing. It was loaded. It had like another almost 200 pounds on it, and on top of me sitting on it. And I still tried to off-road it like that. Big mistake. So I made it about 30 feet, got stuck, and dropped the bike. It's got a lot of weight on it. Now I have to pick it up. Stubbornly, I go further. I make it like another 20 feet, get stuck, I drop it again. I have to pick it up again. I am not one to listen to warnings or red flags, and kept going. The third time I got stuck on a berm on the side of the wash, and it kind of pinned my tire up against it to where it made it very difficult to pick the bike back up. That time I had to unload everything like I should have the first time, and like in the middle of the woods, unload the bike, take as much stuff as I can out of the ammo boxes, and just take as much weight as I can off of it and get the bike back up, and then try to get it turned around in the woods and get it back down the wash to level ground. It took me a long time to do all of that, and while I was doing that, while I was sitting there trying to pick my bike up, I still have my helmet on, I'm not thinking about it, and I'm burning myself out. And by the time that I actually got the bike up, I was exhausted. I had burned out. And if you've ever done that, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's not fucking fun. That really fucked me. Because of that, like, I was overheated. I had to drink way more water. It was already really hot. It was like 100 degrees already. And so I had to drink up a bunch of water. And by the time that I had cooled off, I'm sitting there looking at my water supply like, well, if I stay here, I'm probably going to need water in the morning, and I don't know how far it is. Now I know, the town of Captain is just right around the corner. You can go to a gas station, pick up a gallon of water, easy peasy. Since I didn't know that, I was like, well, I mean, I probably shouldn't camp here because I don't want to not have water in the morning and like run the risk of having to go like 60 miles or something just to get water. So I should go now. And I did. I had a gallon of water. I also lost some water because I had a gallon in one of those ammo boxes, and when the bike fell over, a gallon tipped over and a lot of it leaked out. So I had to dry a lot of stuff off too. It was just a big stupid waste of time. Yeah, we're not doing that this time. So I mean, definitely lessons learned from that. The biggest one is probably don't use a motorcycle on things that it's not really capable of doing. Because of that, I got a couple chipped fins on the bottom of the bike and scratches and stuff. I mean, it's gonna get scratches anyways, whatever. But still, it's not a KTM adventure. It's not a GS. It's Bonneville. It's got low ground clearance. While this bike does go off-road, it'll do just about whatever you want it to do because it's a standard, so it's a jack of all trades and a master of none. Take the weight off of it first, unload it, then go fuck around in the dirt. And just other things. That was also another lesson. It's like, you know, like earlier when I see that 2-track and I'm like, oh, that looks really fun. I could hop on that and kind of go out in the desert and just putt around. It's like, one, that's going to kill time. And two, if I fuck up, then we're going to have a bad time. I'm going to lose way more time than I would just going out there and exploring. I'm going to lose even more time now because I have to pick my bike up, or my bike broke, or I broke. I mean, it's way too many fucking variables. I love taking this bike off-roading, but not when I'm doing this kind of stuff, because I need to know that I'm gonna get there and get there alive safely. I tell you what, I cannot wait to get to Show Low and get that hotel room. I'm okay with the sleeping outside and stuff, but the seat on my bike, it hurts. It hurts my bottom. It's like the inside, the bottom and the inside of my butt, you know, like my saddle area. And I can't like go back there and start rubbing on it or anything. It looks like I'm trying to dig in my ass. And I'm just trying to like source where it is. Because, you know, you got like a sore muscle and you want to kind of poke it and stuff. It's like I can't do that because it's close to the beehole. So it looks like I'm going up there and digging around. Like I'm not digging in my ass. It hurts. Okay, well that doesn't sound good either. That actually sounds worse. But I mean, like, it's sore. Okay, not like that though. I mean, like, well, you know. Look, never mind. I was digging in my ass, okay? We are getting closer to the mountain. Closer still. Yeah, my dumbass was like, I'm like at the foot of the mountain. And my dumbass with a fully overloaded bike was like, I want to get closer. Yeah, thank God for crash bars, eh? I mean, the bike was fine. Really, honestly, to me, the worst thing that happened to it was one of the cooling fins on the bottom of the block, the oil pan, I guess, if you want to call it the oil pan. One of those fins got chipped. We'll lean forward like race bike. I'm on a sport bike. Wheelie time. I don't even have to dump my clutch or nothing. I just throttle in and it does a wheelie. Well, fuck you. I have to wrench this thing up as hard as I possibly can. And it still doesn't come up because I suck at wheelies. I am going to have to start worrying about elk soon. We are getting near that territory. The closest call I've ever had with deer is actually right up here. When I left from that debacle in the Captain Mountains, the sun was going down, which is like the worst time for deer and elk. And sure enough, like I was going, I think I was doing something like this. I was doing about like 55, maybe 60 miles an hour. I think the speed limit might have been more than that, but I was going a little slow because it was starting to get dark. It's a mountain road. I don't know it. So I'm just gonna I'm gonna use caution. And it paid off because I come around a bend and there's male deer and his harems. There's like 5 of them. And I like right when I go around the bend, it's kind of the first thing I see about 50 or 60 feet up ahead. I hit the brakes, you know, calmly, because again, I'm not going that fast. I'm going like this. I'm not going too fast. If I see them, I hit the brakes. I'm like, they're gonna stop. They're gonna stop right in fucking front of me. Yup. They didn't keep going. They looked at me, just like, what the fuck are you doing? That's what the horn's for. Beep 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 beep. Whoosh. Now we're headed towards the mountain. The mountain. They need rain over there. I mean, I see all these rain clouds and stuff that way. Good. Because further that way, there's just like rampant fucking forest fires. I'm going that direction. I would like, when I go through there, for it to not be on fire. And it's also going to help keep everything cool. How about that? Instead of being all dry and humid, or dry and hot, it might be like warm and humid, which is weather I'm used to. Like right now, this is amazing how cool it is right now. I don't know why I haven't traveled this early all the time. I barely had any water. Just had enough water to keep myself from being thirsty because I'm not sweating. I mean, this is so great. So good. Getting pretty close now. Yeah, those clouds though. Those clouds make me like question going in there. I don't want to get rained on. What does that say? Drown campfires. Drown those motherfuckers. Like, I should have just camped there. It's like totally legit too. I don't think there's... Hold on, see, hold on. Yeah, Boy Scout Mountain. That's it. This is it. This is totally it. I want to say it was further. Yeah, so it's like a whole area for the Boy Scouts to come and camp at. Oh, I'm standing up. This hurts. There we go. That feels better. And this gravel's loose as fuck. I want to find the turn-in that I took. I know it's somewhere around here. I don't think I went that far. Is this it? This might be it. Okay, this isn't the one. This isn't the one. This isn't it. After looking around, this isn't it. They all kind of look alike. So, let's go, let's keep going. Now, yeah, there's a part of my mind that screams. It just screams back at me when I'm at this area and I say something like, let's keep going. There's a huge part of me that's just like, what the fuck are you talking about? Keep going. You do realize what happened last time you kept going when you were here, right? I'm not going to do any of that this time. I'm going to go down a little loose gravel road. No biggie deals. And I'm going to try to find I think it's further up here, because what really made me recognize that it wasn't it is that the backdrop. Because I should be able to look in and see a mountain. Is this it? This is not it. Also not it. I'll go a little further. I really want to find it. I've got plenty of time to find this place. I'm not going to go off-road like an idiot this time. Is this it? This one might be it. Let's check this one. This gravel's all loose. This is the one. Now I'll go show you the actual thing. Okay, so I thought, like here, I thought, well, it's pretty out in the open. If I'm not supposed to camp here, I might get in trouble or something. So I thought, well, since that's all open and stuff, I don't want to get caught. So let's go further. Let's go, further back there. Beautiful out here. These rocks, they start getting bigger. I dropped it somewhere around here. So now this is just a vlog of me hiking. No longer a moto vlog. Now it's just hiking. Trail.
This was the old one. This was it. It wasn't that. That's new. That was made. This is the old one. This is the shit I'm talking about. And this is where my bike got stuck. I know exactly where it got stuck. It got stuck right here, in between that. And it made it real fucking hard to pick it up. You can see this is the old trail. Yeah, this is where it was. So it all kind of looked like this. Lots of big rocks. They're a pain to go over. Looks like they've done some work so you can actually get back here now. Hey, there's my bike. Hey, bike. Well, I'm sweaty just doing that walk. That was fun. I'm really glad that I came out here to look at all this stuff again. Wish it would have looked like this when I came out here. I would have been able to go all the fucking way, dude. Like, that's the hardest part, and that's like, because of all the rain and stuff, that's not even that bad. I'm gonna take a break now. This time I remembered my key. Haha! It's just lovely out here. I really wish I would have camped out here. Now, where we're going now is the Valley of Fires. And it's cool too. And I'm going there because I have a covered area. I don't have a tent this time. I didn't want to take one with me. Oh, Captain, my Captain. Oh, nanu. Okay. That's the one thing. I don't like this turn because it's at the bottom of a hill. It was slippy dippy back there. Yeah, see? At the bottom of a hill. And if that guy were to be coming at like 70 miles an hour or something, it's scary. It's scary. I don't like it. It's beautiful out here. I want to look over there, but I gotta be like scanning for cloven-hooved animals. Because I want to stare at the mountain. It's so pretty. But I don't want to like look over and be like, oh shit, there's a fucking deer. I wish I had roads like this at home. I gotta drive so far to get to stuff like this. That, like, you know, like roads that actually use all of your tire instead of just making one fucking flat spot in the center of it. I'm making motorcycle noises. I want to get a baseball card to put in my spokes. Sit here and watch these awesome roads and listen to me talk about stupid shit while I'm sitting here on a bike getting thirsty again because I'm talking about stupid shit. Stupidity boop bow 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 bow. Hey, how you doing? So yeah, here are the Captain Mountains. They're beautiful. That one's really big. Hey everyone! I guess the battery died back there, huh? I didn't even realize it. That's how good that little section of road is. I'm gonna stop and get some gas in Carrizozo, and then we will end up in the Valley of Fires. And I guess on the way there, I can talk a little bit about that too. How I ended up there. So last year, instead of staying at the foot of the Captain Mountains, I kept going. Because I thought I might need water and I didn't know how far this was. After that, I thought, well, you know, I'll just find a park. If I can just find a park to sleep in, it'll be okay. Well, I couldn't find one here. Like, I wasn't trying to look that hard either, though. And I just kept on going. And then I ended up in the next town that we're going to end up at, Carrizozo. That was even worse. Like, it was dark, and it just, nothing seemed like anywhere where I would be able to sleep and get any sleep or feel safe if I did sleep. So I kept going, and that put me at the Valley of Fires, because right after that it's like 10:30 and I'm exhausted now because, like, I got stuck on a fucking mountain earlier that day. I am just down to the bone, dead, and I see this thing says recreation area. I couldn't have had a better site.
It was the most perfect, lucky thing. I'm so fucking lucky that I just happened upon it. If it wasn't for that, I would have just kept going, and it would have been like dark, and I would have been going through this awful fucking desert that I had no idea about. That night it was incredibly windy, and just past the Valley of Fires is this ranch that's like so flat and dusty. It's a sandstorm hazard area, and I can only imagine how bad it would have been that night. I'm just so fucking lucky. I kept getting lucky breaks like that until I got close to the border of California. That we'll save for another episode. I made not a vlog, but there's a blog, a ride report about this on ADV Ride. And you can read all about it and the stupid decisions I made last year. It was still worth it. Up until last year, like, I had not really seen that much. I had gone as far east as Chicago, southeast as Mississippi, and then as far west as New Mexico. Well, here. Not here, but like up around Pecos and stuff would have been the farthest. And I just, I was 31. I had turned 31. And I'm just sitting there like, why have I not seen and done all this stuff? Why the fuck do I just keep sitting here? I have a bike now. I'm gonna go do it. I'm just gonna, I'm gonna bite the bullet. It might be scary, thousands of miles of road. I don't know what's coming around this next turn. I don't know. I'm gonna do it anyways. No money, no hotels. It was pretty crazy. I'm glad I did all of it. I'm glad I fucking got stuck back there. I wouldn't have ever learned anything if I hadn't done that. And sure, like, maybe you don't want to learn some lessons. Yeah, there's lessons I don't want to learn. Engine braking for the win. Okay, yeah, this is genuine mountain stuff then. Yeah, this was freaky at night. During the day, this is amazing. And even at night now, I would be a lot more comfortable with it. Because I know, like, the road's not just gonna fucking end up there. I've done it before. The road keeps going. It's all good. I kind of consider this little area of New Mexico a gem. It's kind of like a hidden gem, the Captain Mountains. Yeah, so, sorry about the battery dying earlier. If the road gets good enough, I'm not gonna pay attention to anything else. 4 minutes, we're almost there. Abuelitas. I see some of it, like that dark patch on the ground. That's lava. It's all lava flow. No, it's not from a volcano. If you look at it on Google satellite images, it's crazy how big it is. It's pretty cool. Man, and that night last year, I saw this sign 1 mile, and I said, oh my god. Oh, salvation. Lava! Look at all the lava! Lava! Yeah, this is it. This is it. Let's see here. Okay, so last year, yeah, I stayed there. It was so windy. I mean, I didn't care. I just slept right on top of the picnic table. Said, screw it. I'm going to sleep here. And it was very, very windy. Does it keep going? Wow. Yeah, see, I didn't ever go this far back. Didn't ever explore because I was always doing stuff too late. I never had time to do anything because I was always trying to find my next place to sleep. This time, I have time to do this. I can just go right around and let's go check it out. This is awesome. I'm betting you that one has the least amount of wind. Oh, my ass. Oh, my God. Do, 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 do.
I know you're heavy.
Wow. You actually sat through all of that? I applaud your patience and good taste. Unfortunately, this is where the episode ends, and that entire day of filming falls apart. Once I arrived at my campsite, I was able to relax and reset. Clean myself up, clean clothes, clean my bike chain, just get everything ready for the next day. The big main pavilion there has outlets, so later on in the day I decided to go there and charge my batteries up and transfer all this footage over to a hard drive so I can have fresh memory cards for the next day. The whole time I was doing this, I was also watching thunderstorms all around me. Eventually the storm started to get close, and I decided it would be a good idea to get all my gear under the big main pavilion. And I just barely made it back in time before a wall of rain hit. And I mean barely. It was, having all my gear under the big pavilion didn't help much. I tried recording the storm, but not only did the Hero 5 shut down, it also lost that footage. And that's where we're at now. Good video of lightning still seems to elude me. It rained like that until 1 a.m. And the next morning I spent as much time as I could drying my gear off and waiting for the sun to come up enough to start warming things up, and then I hit the road. It's a bummer that I lost that footage, and also just on a side note, I also lost my good audio cable at the morning of this day and had to start using my backup cable, which is just awful. I replaced it the next day in Socorro, and it's a little bit better, but it's still not as good as the audio cable that I had before. I've since then replaced it. That's better, but it did kind of fuck with the rest of the footage from here. I have to work around having a cable that sometimes has static. That sucks too. This has all been a logistical nightmare. Thank you for joining me along this journey. I really hope you continue to watch and see the rest of it unfold. Next week I go through more of New Mexico. Stay tuned for that. Until then, Outlaw Texan here signing off, saying as always, ride safe, go out and adventure, and of course, while you're doing it, have some fun.